Hey guys! So I've done a look today. I wanted to show you what you can do with the e.l.f. palette. I hope you enjoy it. This is the end product, but let me just show you what I start with. I sort of talk about pregnancy and all that stuff a little bit and then go on a tangent. But yeah, hope you enjoy. Bye! So I'm going to start priming my face first. And what I want to talk about is things that I wish I had known before I got pregnant and before I gave birth, basically. And I'll probably miss off a few things. I don't have a list. I'm not prepared. But I thought this might be interesting just because I've got some things to say. So I'm just putting some primer on. This is from my project pan. I'm just using this CC primer in the lavender. It's a color corrector. I think it works pretty decently, but you know, I'm not really sure what I'm looking for in terms of primers. Okay, so I think one of the first things I want to talk about is, so when I think I didn't realize that in the UK, at least for me, you know, for most people in the UK, I believe it's the same because we have the NHS. We're not designated one midwife and one doctor for the duration of our pregnancy and birth. You know, unless you go private, you know, you're just assigned to obviously your area. So you're the group of midwives and doctors that you have. Obviously, you know, you go to the hospital and you've got doctors there, but you're not assigned one that, you know, is with you for the whole journey. At least for me, it wasn't like that at all. And initially, it wasn't such a big deal because, you know, I would go pretty much once a month in the first few months just for a check-in. And I'm just going to use my NYX foundation. Again, it's in my project pan. So the point that it got frustrating for me was when I was put into a high risk category because I developed high blood pressure at around like 7 months. So it happened literally, I think the 3rd of January this year, and I was due in March. So I was a long way away. And so what happened was I had to see a midwife twice a week, and it would be a different midwife every single time. So I wouldn't even see, most of the time, the same midwife that 1 week. And I must have gone through maybe 15, 20 midwives throughout the whole entire pregnancy, not including midwives at the hospital. And you know, the majority of the midwives were lovely. I'm not going to criticize them at all because the majority are lovely. You know, I think they're highly overworked. I think we have a shortage of midwives in the country, and this is probably why I had this issue. But I had to explain to them every single time my journey, what's happened. And when you're pregnant, you know, what I didn't realize is that you have a folder that you take with you to, you know, all of, I should get my mirror out, shouldn't I? Yeah, you have a folder that you take with, oh my God, this looks really white. I promise you this is my shade. Wow, this looks, maybe I'm darker. I don't know what I am. So anyway, they had that folder with them. And normally you give it to them before you have the appointment. So they have like about 5-10 minutes to look through it, just to see all the previous midwives' notes and doctors' notes and stuff. And what I found was people just weren't reading it. So I would go to a different midwife, or I'd go to the hospital because, you know, my high blood pressure, they'd have to monitor me because, you know, you're at risk of developing preeclampsia, which is really dangerous for you and your baby. And so obviously I went to every appointment. It was very tiring. I did miss a lot of work because of it. But you know, I'm not complaining about that because I'm healthy, he's healthy, so everything worked out fine. So I'm really appreciative that they're so on it. I will say the NHS are actually really on it. So if you have an issue, they won't ignore it, which I appreciate. But at the same time, it became quite hard to handle, because I was getting stressed about the situation. You know, I wanted everything to go right, and I was, you know, close to the end, and I didn't want anything wrong to happen. So I just didn't know that, oh my God, it's pouring. I just didn't know that you're not going to be assigned 1 or 2 or 3. You're not assigned any. And then same thing for the hospital. You know, I understand with the hospital, you know, it would be like that because people have different shifts. But when you are in a community midwife, you know, area, I just thought you'd have maybe 1 or 2 that you see, and I had to go to 3 or 4 different places as well. This is another thing, because they have such a shortage of midwives that I would have to travel. I traveled to, I think, 4 different areas around, like, in my county, just to see someone, and I had to do that twice a week. And I was, you know, as I said, quite heavily pregnant. This happened the last 2 months of my pregnancy. So it wasn't just a one-off. I had to do this for a couple of weeks. I had to do this for 2 whole months before I gave birth. And then they, you know, I guess it's not something that people can warn you about, because I'm just going to use my 16-hour camo concealer. I picked this up last year. I'm just trying to use it up. I think it's really, really strong on me, and I really don't like to use too much because I feel like it's just too white. And so let's do that. Anyway, so I just wish that had been something that I was aware of, that, you know, because my expectations were I'd have 1 or 2 that I'd see, that I'd really get to know them and build a relationship with them. And I really sad that I missed out on that. And I had to just explain to every single midwife what was going on with me. And with all the hormones, I just got so upset and tired about doing that, especially when I was so stressed about my health and my baby. So that's something that I wish I kind of realized beforehand. So the next thing that I think I wish I had known was about hair loss. So I actually experienced hair loss right at the beginning of my pregnancy, which is sort of rare, but it can happen to women who get pregnant. And so my hair just got so bristly and dry and awful and started falling out. And that was usually that was pretty much the whole first trimester that it was doing that. I think that's good enough, right? Yeah, okay. So that was pretty much the whole first trimester, as I said. And what am I doing? Should I do eyes? Let's do eyes. And so I was freaking out about that. I thought, oh my God, what is going on? Because I read that girls steal women's beauties, but boys make the mothers beautiful. So it was the opposite for me. And then around, I guess, about the 5-month mark, I did notice that my hair started getting thicker and beautiful. And so, you know, I was out of the woods. And then 3 months after giving birth, my hair starts falling out again. And that's another common issue that women get. They get postpartum, like, hair loss. And it's just like the most awful thing, because if, you know, I don't know, this might not be the case for a lot of women, but for me, my hair is like something that I want looking good. And when it's not looking good, well, it's not looking good now because I've just washed it and I'm just letting it air dry at the moment, and then I'll style it. But when it's not looking good, or when I'm having a bad hair dye, honestly, it really affects my mood. It affects my emotions. It just affects the whole day. And I know that sounds so conceited, so stupid, but it is actually what happens. I'm going to use the new e.l.f. Retro Paradise palette. I've hardly used this since I bought it. So I want to use the Fuego one, which I really like. And I've not tried it yet. So I think I'm just going to go all over the place. I'm not going to do a crazy look today because honestly I just want to be somewhat natural and somewhat do what I would normally do with my makeup if I'm going out. So there is a bit fallout on this palette, just want to let you know. Anyway, so that's, yeah, the hair thing, it's really upsetting. And it's still falling out now. I'm about 5 months after giving birth and it's still falling out, and I'm trying to use some hair treatment. I bought some serum from The Ordinary that I think is working, but what I think it's doing is it's thickening up here, but it's still not stopping hair coming out, which I don't actually think I can stop. This is all right, but I don't know what to do with it. Should I just put it up here? My God. Yeah, okay, I'll do that. By the way, guys, I don't know what I'm doing with my makeup. I don't have proper brushes. I mean, this is from e.l.f., but I don't have all the brushes that you need for your makeup, and I don't really follow the rules. I just do whatever I've been doing the last 15, 16 years or so. So, okay, I think I'm going to do Spiced, which is this nice reddish color, like in the outer corners, and just see what that looks like. So yeah, I really wish that I had a better time with that and not been so unlucky to get both of those symptoms. And I really, you know, it can take up to 12 months to get my hair back to normal. So that's kind of upsetting me at the moment. And, you know, I cut off all my hair last week and, you know, it's all uneven. Obviously, I haven't gone to the hairdresser. The hairdressers are open up now, but I'm sure I can't get an appointment for a while. And so, you know, I'm just trying to handle it and deal with it the best way I can, you know, and see. It's definitely not like a third world problem, so I'm not too worried about it. Oh my God, what am I doing with myself right here? Okay, this is just getting, woo, this is not an everyday look anymore. I've changed my mind. This is, I'm stuck at home alone with a baby, working, and, you know, what am I doing? Oh my God. Woo. You know what? It looks like I'm like a, I don't know what it looks like. Okay. I know it looks bad, so that's what I'm going to say. All right, let me just do this again. I know I put way too much on. It's actually really pigmented, this palette, which I like. I'm going to try to just blend this out a little bit because it's pretty bad. Anyway, so I've been watching a lot of Smoky Glow. I think she's really spot on with what she says most of the time. She talks a lot about stuff that I don't really know about and I don't really follow, like all the drama that's going on in the beauty community on YouTube. It's interesting for me to follow it because it's like a whole different world, but it's, again, not really reality sometimes, or it's hard to, you know, because they just built this life, and a lot of the world have no idea who these people are, but they're mega millionaires, and I just, it baffles me what you can achieve on here. What am I going to do? Let's see. So you know, if you don't know her, I would watch her because I think I do like what she says, and she's pretty entertaining. Okay, I'm going to try the Paradiso one, just here, on my eyelid, just here, just to see how it looks. Okay, I need a little bit more. That's not giving me anything. All right, you know what? I'm just going to use my finger. Oh yeah, that's better. I just don't have the technique down. You can't really see that. Ooh. Can you see it now? No. You guys are probably wondering, what is she doing? I promise you, I will try to make this look work. I will try to fix this. I think what I'm going to do to fix it, I haven't washed my brushes in a while. I'm going to take the canvas and just try to clean up here a little bit. Oh yeah, that's better. Clean up on the sides. What I don't do with makeup is I don't do anything with my eyebrows, obviously, except pluck them, but they're pretty messy right now. And I've never used an eyebrow gel or pen. I mean, I've got one of those cream pens that I got in a Birchbox a while ago. and I've still not used it because, well, I used it sometimes, but not fully. What I'm going to do is take the sea salt shade and put it in my inner crease, put it in my inner corner. And I think I'm going to use my finger again for this because I'm not liking. Ooh, this is horrible. Okay. It looks so much better in person. All right, so I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to finish up my face and then I'll see what the damage is. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put some bronzer on my face. This is a Model Co bronze, which is actually pretty nice. I've hardly ever used it. It's in the shade, I don't think it has a shade, it's just called Shimmer. But anyway, again, I got this, I think, in a Birchbox a while ago, and I'm just trying to use up this stuff because it's just otherwise sitting there, not being used. I just bronze my temples because that's where I get the most tan anyway, so I figure that's going to make the most sense. You do under your cheeks, on my nose a little bit, because again, that's another one that gets bronzy. Okay, looking a little less pale. Okay, so I'm gonna take this MAC highlighter bronze as well and just sort of lightly put it over what I've just done, because this is in my project pan and I want to get rid of it, and I really like it, but I'd like to try some other stuff, but I don't really want to get anything else until I finish it. I like to be shiny, so. All right, and so the next one I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use my e.l.f. Cream blush. I'm just gonna pat my cheek on there. Apart from the eyes, this is kind of what I would do in my makeup. Which, you know, I'm sure is all wrong. I'm trying to think of what else I wish I had known about pregnancy. I mean, obviously there's a whole list that I could make. I just don't know from the top of my head what I want to talk about. Let me just, I'm just going to put some mascara on my eyes. This is the wrong bag. I got this in a gift box from Yves Saint Laurent. It's super pretty, this bag. It became my new makeup bag for a while. All right, I'm just going to use the Rimmel mascara. I actually have more mascara coming along the way that I'm going to test out, but I just want to get through this one. I don't particularly like this one, but it's once a mascara's open, I feel like you have to use it. And honestly, it's kind of grown on me. I really hated it at first, but it's okay now. I think in general, just the whole giving birth issue, like when you, I wasn't prepared, and I don't think you can be if you've never had a baby. Everyone can tell you what it's like, but everyone's experience is different. And my experience was I had to go in early and get induced because I was at high risk and he was at high risk. And so it was only like a week or two early. It wasn't that bad. So he was perfectly normal. He wasn't premature or anything. But it still was daunting because I was there. I went in on Friday thinking, oh, things are going to happen and maybe by Sunday I'd have him. And I had him Monday, which doesn't sound too bad. But, sorry, there's like a fly here and it's making me dance. And I wasn't that scared. I mean, I was really apprehensive, but I wouldn't say I was scared. And then I just got so bored because I was there for 3 whole days. Actually, no, I went in Friday, so I was there. Yeah, actually, no, yeah, 3 whole days. and it just didn't work out. And I don't want to go into too much detail, but a lot of pain occurred before I actually went into birth. You know, because when they like check you, it's really painful, and I didn't expect that at all. So if you know what I'm talking about, just let me know in the comments. But I don't really want to go into detail because I don't want to stress people out if you are going to have a baby, or if you're thinking of having a baby, because it is the most wonderful thing. But I would, yeah, it's not the most amazing thing in the world, the giving birth part. I know some women who have had wonderful experience with that, but I have not. And so anyway, I'm just going to use the new e.l.f. Retro Paradise lip gloss that I got, just as a bit basic little lippy here. Keep it quite casual. I really love the taste of this. I wish I could eat it. It's so lovely. It's tropical punch, and it's so lovely. So yeah, if you are interested in like me talking about more of what I experienced, I will actually do a full in-depth. But yeah, I just wanted to chat with you guys, do my makeup and see how it goes. I'm going to fix up my hair, and then I'll get back to you shortly. All right, me again. This is what it looks like. Pretty good, I would say so myself. Hope you have a wonderful day. Please subscribe, like if you like, and yeah, until next time. Bye.